Hello, my name is Samuel Kim, and I built SkillBridge for the Palo Alto Network's new grad case study. SkillBridge addresses the skill gap by helping early career professionals and new graduates map their current experience to a personalized learning roadmap. It uses Claude AI to parse unstructured resumes, identify missing competencies, and provide a concrete step for professionals' growth. The tech stack is Fast API and React. React for the front end, Fast API for the back end, and all this is containerized within Docker Compose. I chose Claude Haiku for the AI integrations part because it offers low latency and cost efficiency, which is required for a high frequency tool. A key design choice was I used the static JSON for structures such as the roadmaps, and which is inspired by roadmap.sh to keep the application self-contained and reproducible without the overhead of a database, and to keep it within the time framing. Let's take a look through the workflow. So there are 4 different roles available. We can extend this in the future, but just to keep it within the time constraint, I limited to 4. Let's start with Cloud Engineer. And here's a text box that you can copy and paste your resume into or upload a PDF. For the sake of the example, I'm just going to use the sample that I have here. And this is essentially a parsed, like, fake resume that's been extracted into text and placed onto the screen. If you upload a PDF, it will do the same thing in the back end. However, none of this information is sent to the AI at this point. So if users are concerned about personal information they do have the option of deleting this section before they send it, because nothing at this point is tokenized and sent. So once I hit analyze, all of this information will be sent over using the prompt that I'll show in just a second, and it returns a JSON object with an array of strings that match different technical skills. So once I hit view my roadmap, it will list all the different skills that, based off of the roadmap from roadmap.sh, indicate what skills that you currently have and what skills that you're lacking. At the bottom here, recommends several different things to work on moving forward. So for example, networking DNS is pretty important, GCP, IAM, Terraform, etc. Essentially for this section here, I specified 2 different skills from each of the sections here. So the fundamentals, cloud platforms, infrastructure as code. If I wanted to make this a little more robust, I can go ahead and give each of these a score or ranking based on the roadmap provided by roadmap.sh. But for the time being, I just decided to pick 2 from every category to suggest. And just for demonstration purposes, here's my resume. So, as included in the requirements, I've also implemented a robust fallback system for when the AI service is unavailable. So if the API call fails, the system reverts to a rule-based keyword that I mentioned earlier. Security is also prioritized. The API keys are strictly managed in my .env file, and the application only uses synthetic data to ensure zero personal identifying information exposure. So for example, if for some reason the AI was unable to return something, it will go back to the fallback here. And if I go back to the fallback, these are just all the keywords that I mentioned earlier. On the front end side of things, here's what it looks like when the fallback is utilized. It has this amber banner here to indicate that it couldn't go through the AI parser, so we're just going to use our built-in skill matcher. So this confirmation screen here is my human guardrail. It's essentially the fallback beyond just the AI section of it. So we don't blindly trust the results of the AI. We present it to the user and say, like, is this what you're comfortable with? Or is this what you are looking for? Does this make sense to you? I've also included about 13 test cases checking for different things, including happy paths and edge cases. For example, an empty resume or a resume that's too long, maybe some match endpoints as well, and just to verify that they work. All 13 test cases pass. So here's the actual prompt that is sent to Claude Haiku. The reason why I believe that this specific prompt is a little bit better than just sending it raw and maybe has a little more subtlety is that because we're instructing the AI to be a technical recruiter and extract all the technical skills and tools, instead of just directly parsing any keyword, it might infer things. So if it talks about like a REST API but doesn't actually say the word REST API, the AI could infer that you have enough experience and return REST API as a skill. If I had a little more time, I'd add learning resources per skill and the results screen, or maybe paste a job description and then match it so it's not limited to just the 4 preset roles I have or whatever road message I decide to add in the future. Uh, as well as persistence, so that users can keep track of the progress over time and maybe have an actual relational database to store that information. But unfortunately, currently, due to time constraints, I didn't have any of that. The main limitation that I'm aware of is that because of the way we match terms, certain terms that are substrings of other skills might lead to false positives. For example, if a user has Go, the coding language Go as the skill, it might match to something like Django because of the GO. In the future, I would hope to clear that out and stuff. Thank you for watching.